Hey, welcome to episode 27 of the best episodes of Credit 101. The original episode for this was actually 118. So I actually created a worksheet for you guys to help you guys prioritize what debts to pay off because you need to figure out what debts to pay off first. Now, let me say this. I have been listening to Dave Ramsey. It's been changing my mind on some of the things that I think, and then I'm not all the way sold in terms of like the snowball method. But I create a worksheet that you can still do the snowball method in terms of figuring out what debts to pay off first, or you can actually do the avalanche method, which I'm going to talk about. And then you got another one that's just it's emergency. Like which one is going to hurt you right now? Which one do you have to drop the money for right now? That's a whole different situation. I don't care where this debt is at. If it's something you need to pay right now or something bad is going to happen, you need to pay that debt like right now. Okay. Like if you going through a foreclosure, I don't want you to think about, oh, I got this one credit card. No, you might need to figure the foreclosure out, especially if you want to keep your house. So you got those three different things you want to think about. But with this worksheet, you guys will be able to actually list your debts, the amounts that you owe, the interest rate, the minimum payment, what's the current balance, and then figure out what's the priority of them all. You guys can actually with these worksheets, it's good to work right in the worksheets, but also get a notebook. If I were you, I'll get a notebook and actually write these different things side by side, like list all your credit cards in your notebook and actually prioritize paying it that way, or doing a spreadsheet. Spreadsheet may be too much for you. I don't know, but get a notebook, just write this stuff down, and once it's paid, just put a check mark. Or I like to highlight it now. I just love stuff that's just highlighted like that. But yeah, let's get into the worksheet because I'm going to go on and on about nothing. So let's look at the actual debt price. Um, let's look at this worksheet because I can't, it's not saying even talk today. Now, the step one is to list all your debts. You got credit cards. Go ahead and list the name of the credit cards, the total amount owed, what's the interest rate, what's the minimum payment, what's your current balance, like the whole balance. And then we're going to talk about priority after we finish listing all of the other debts. Do you have any personal loans? If you don't have a personal loan, you can literally cross this out and put your next credit card too. You'll have an auto loan, you already paid that off, or you don't have a car, go ahead and put some other debts here. But student loans, your auto loans, medical debts, or just other. And then you kind of have some room too where you can list even more. If you, like me, you got so many different credit cards, so many different things. If you have debts that you have to actually pay off, then you can list those other ones here. But again, you want to fill in all this information, not priority. Priority is going to be based off of number two. This is how you're going to prioritize your debt. You got the debt avalanche. That's when you guys are going to prioritize paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first. And this is going to minimize the total interest that you pay over time. So you're going to save more money in the long run. And then you also got the debt snowball. And this is you're going to prioritize paying the smallest debt first. This strategy gives you a quick win and it builds momentum as you see your debts disappear faster. So you have to pick which one you're going to choose. Now, I'm going to say, like Dave Ramsey did say, go with the lowest debt first. He did say that. And when I first started listening to him years ago, I paid my car off. It was less than 2 years. That was my highest interest rate. Why wouldn't I pick that? That's what I thought. But then again, I didn't continue on with certain debts right away. So maybe it is some type of mental thing where maybe if I was paying like the smallest ones and then got up to that one, I still would have paid her. I don't know. Pick which one you want to pick, but definitely look into Dave Ramsey if you guys have debts, because it's a big thing. I definitely want to say that it's debt. If you guys have debt, definitely look into him. But I still like the avalanche method because I want to pay the one with the highest interest first. I really still do want to do that. That still will be my first mind. Calculate your monthly payment plan. So you have to determine how much you're going to pay. What's the minimum payment? Calculate that. If you have extra income, whichever one have the highest interest, you're going to put it on that one first. So maybe you have the highest interest on your auto loan. So you're going to put, all of the extra payments on that. And then the total for this month is going to be everything here. If you're not going to put extra payments on a credit card because you want to start with the highest interest first, which is the auto loan, then you can go ahead and just put zeros there because you're not putting any money on that. And then put the totals all together. Now, keep in mind too, you guys, you have to figure out what method you're going to be paying them off. So what I would do is I would put numbers here, or even the original too. Make sure these numbers are in order based off of what you chose as step number two. So if you know your auto loan was number one because it's the highest interest, go with that first. Then your student loans was next because you don't. Maybe you like me, you don't hold a balance on your credit cards. You're not going to have debt there. You're going to pay that immediately anyway. So maybe that's not really necessarily a priority for you. Maybe you have other debts like an auto loan, student loans, things like that. So go ahead and calculate the amounts you're going to pay every month, and then make sure you monitor your progress. So track your balance every month. That's what I would say. And don't forget that notebook. Get the notebook or print this out multiple times if you need to. If you need that this section multiple times, or you just put the month on it. I sometimes would do things like that. Like how I like this part of it. Um, I would probably print this 12 times and have it for the next year, and I'll just put the January, February, March. It just made it simple and print it back to back, like step number 4. That's what I would personally do sometimes. But what's your starting balance? What's your current balance? And what's the amount that you actually pay altogether? So this is how you can be able to track it and revisit and adjust. If you find out that you have a higher interest rate somewhere else and you want to pay that one first, then switch it up. If you find out you don't want to do the snowball no more, you want to go with the highest interest because you got momentum and you realize you're putting money on debts that don't even charge you interest, then do that. If you want to go to snowball because you're like, no, let me do that, let me just knock out the small ones, then do that too. But celebrate your milestones no matter what. So you paid off your first debt. When did you pay it off? And what type of reward did you give yourself? Again, I always rewarded myself with snacks. I'm going to now reward myself with facials and massages because my face and my body could never get enough of that. But instead of me rewarding myself with treats, but definitely put the day that you achieved it and the reward you gave yourself. When you reduce your total debt by 20%, what did you do to reward yourself? You pay off the high interest debt. Maybe you paid off your car. What you gonna do to reward yourself? Now we have some final tips here too. Make sure you guys are using this worksheet and you have a clear strategy when you're using this, and understand that you can do whatever is best for you. Understand that these are just guides. You don't have to totally follow these things. Find out what's good for you. But what I found, no matter what, is that you're gonna need self-discipline. Like, period. It's nothing around it. You're gonna need self-discipline. So whatever you decide to do is going to work as long as you stay on it and you continue to put money towards whatever you're paying off. And if you guys have the membership, go ahead and download it. If you guys don't have a membership, it's $1 for 7 days, literally. And it's $9.99 at the time of recording. So definitely get your membership, and I'll see you guys in the next one.